5, 4, 3. And we are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at the Big1050.com. And we are here with the man himself, the man about town, my guy, Dusty May, kicking off our weekly interviews with the Michigan basketball coaches. So we're going to have Dusty first and then a rotation of Michigan basketball coaches on a weekly basis throughout the year. And so Dusty, rolling around. He's in the car right now. As those of you on the stream can see, as you roll around town, as you can see, Ira, you hit a dead spot and it might, kind of go in and out, kind of, here and there. But Dusty, how you doing this morning? Yeah, we must have hit one of those dead spots right there. So we'll pick them back up here shortly. This is the modern technology, as you might imagine. This kind of happens from time to time. If once we pick him back up, Ira just put his head down as we pick him back up. Once he hits a there he is.
There we got it.
There we are. Dusty, how you doing this morning?
Good. I'm going to assume you gave me a warm welcome.
Extremely warm. I'm gonna give you a warm welcome, man. So let's just start off real quick. Going back to, I know, last month you were able to get your hands on the guys, get your hands on your team. Just give me your impressions now that you've been able to see, feel, and touch them. What you've learned about this group now that you've had them together. What you recruited and experienced with them in recruiting. Now that you had them together, what you've learned about this team in your short time together.
Well, Sam, we don't have a lot of separation between the top of our rotation and the bottom. We've had great parity. We've had different guys step up every game. Every practice, every day. And we have some really, really interesting pieces. Sam Walters, for example, being a 6'10" shooter, and Danny Wolf being a primary handler. But also then you factor in the speed, strength, and athleticism of Roddy Gale and Trey, and our young guys have been pleasant surprises. But until you see someone new and see an opponent, you don't really know, the ins and outs of what you have to do and compared to who you're going to play against. But we're excited about the versatility and the uniqueness of our roster.
Yeah, but you also have a familiar piece like Vlad. You know what to expect from him, but then when you get a chance to see him with these pieces, you start to get a feel for what it's going to look like with him fitting in with those pieces. Do you have a better feel for that now? Because, I kind of ran into some of your guys and it's not like they said, oh, shoot, oh, Sam, it's about to be good. But I kind of sensed some excitement, like, it felt like to me, they thought it was going to be good. They didn't say this, Dusty. I don't want to, say that they told me anything out of the loop, but it felt like their sense of excitement was even greater now that they've seen him sort of be with those guys about what it might look like once you guys actually start playing.
Yeah, probably the most pleasant surprise is seeing how well Danny and Vlad developed chemistry and connection on the offensive end. We still have to figure some things out defensively with the ins and outs, but those guys, Danny, I think that's probably the biggest question mark going into the season was how are you going to play 2 7-footers, and that's probably been one of our most seamless transitions so far. It's been exciting to have a 7-footer coming off ball screens and initiating offense. And if we're able to put good shooting around them, then it should be effective. But Vlad is Vlad. He's physical. He makes some really freakish plays because of his hands, his size, and his athleticism. So we haven't had our group together much. And so we've had to use different lineup combinations and things like that for a number of reasons. But we have been encouraged by what we've seen.
It's like you say, haven't been together much. Things are going to evolve, and you're going to get a feel for it. But have you kind of started to see who started to assert themselves. I don't know why. I just get the feeling that I feel like from afar, like that's Roddy's going to be one of those guys. I'm off base and kind of thinking and feeling that.
Well, I think anytime, Sam, you have a guy that's proven he can do it at this level, and Roddy did that in the Big Ten, you have high expectations and hopes for them. He's been a real pleasant surprise with his leadership, his humility, his day-to-day approach. He's been great on all fronts. And, I think he cares about his teammates and the team's success over his own personal ambition. And usually that's a good sign for both individual and team success.
So give me an idea of what you guys, like schedule wise, what you guys have been able to do. And then, kind of take me into schedule wise when, you guys kind of come all together and when full practice kind of get started and ready for the season.
Right now, we've done 4 1-hour sessions per week. And most of the time, I'd say 75% of the time, it's been the full group together. And then 1 or 2 days a week, we might go with half the team or small groups if we want to get more reps and give the guys more individual attention. But we do believe you get better by playing, and the guys get more comfortable in your system the more reps they get in it. So we don't overcomplicate practice. We try to have an objective of what we want to get done, and then we let our guys play, explore, and get a feel for each other. And then we're also looking at lineup combinations and which guys develop good chemistry amongst themselves. So, we watch a lot of film. We study our own team a lot. And so next week, we start with 20 hours a week. 4 of those will be in the weight room. And so we'll have a chance to spend a lot more time with our guys.
Yeah. The other thing, Dusty, you talked about the team fitting together, the staff, and now you've been able to be on the court with your staff. And so what about that mix and that mesh? And I saw on Twitter you had the picture, the photo from like the retreat you had, and then you had some time with Coach Beeline. So weave all that together for me. What were your takeaways from that time with Coach Beeline, and what is kind of the mix, the melt, the chemistry been like between you guys as coaches on the floor?
Well, we're blending new with old and different philosophies, different ways of doing things, but it's been seamless. These guys are all very, very different in their approach and who they are as people, but they've worked incredibly well together, and they're there to serve our players, assist our players every single day. And so we just have the motto or philosophy that it's not about us, and we're going to still trying to figure out our own unique way of helping the team win and do whatever's best for the group. So the retreat was more just a team building event to get all of us together. And then Coach Beeline having a lake house up north as well. He came and did a leadership conference for us and gave us some new ideas, but also gave us some confirmation on what we were doing and working on. And we've used his blueprint a lot in trying to build the program here the way we need to be at a championship level. So very, very grateful for him to come and share and give us his thought process through the ups and downs, because we learn a lot through our own failures every single day. So it's nice to hear his words and also maybe avoid some of the mistakes he made.
Yeah, and another thing that's been really cool to see, Dusty, man, it feels like the embrace has been super strong from past Wolverines. Seems like so many guys have come back. Saw Franz come back. Saw Tim come back. Saw Trey come back. I'm sure others have come back, but boy, it seems like the embrace has been big. It's been warm. It's been strong. Have you felt that?
Absolutely. It just seems like all of these guys, it doesn't seem like it's apparent that these guys have, I guess, pride in this university and being affiliated with the greatness and excellence that's here on a yearly basis, but also the program that they've all been a part of. Michigan basketball, when you do a deep dive, especially in recent memory, when these guys all played, they've had really, really high level success, and they take a lot of pride in us doing well and representing Michigan and representing them as former players. So they've all given their time. They all want to be a part of it. It seems, and we have an open door to those guys. They built this place. We're simply stewards of it, and they'll be a big part of our success as well. Those guys, just being around recruits, being around our current players, or those day-to-day interactions are invaluable.
The other thing, so now school is in session. The reception on campus. I know student tickets on sale. What have you seen, and what have you heard? What have you felt from the student population and the kind of support you're getting around campus?
Our guys seem to be well received around campus, and there's an excitement for something new. And anytime there's something new, there's a different level of excitement that just comes with the newness. But our guys, they work hard. They're great guys off the floor. They're very approachable. So I think those things mixed into one thing, comes out to something where people are going to want to cheer for them and watch them and be proud of how they play and interact with each other and the fans as a whole. So, but yeah, I'm optimistic we're going to have the best student section in the Big Ten.
All right. So I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about a certain walk-on by the last name of May joining the team. I mean, that has to be special. How about that? Getting that news and having a May on the back of a jersey on the team.
Yeah, it's what an honor for him to be able to put on a Michigan jersey. Coincidentally, it's his birthday today, and so Charlie he turns 21 today. He's back on campus now, but it's really, really cool to be able to go to work, and one of my youngest son, Eli, is working with the team as well. To see two of my sons with us every day. I'd always been in the mindset that they needed to go someplace else and play for different coaches and figure out who they wanted to be from 18 to 22, and in such a time where we changed so much. But having an opportunity for them to be here at Michigan and be surrounded by the people they are, and an opportunity to take advantage of the education that they can receive here was too good of a chance to pass up. And we're very, very grateful that it all worked out and they get a chance to be Michigan men.
So we know support is a big part of what you do. So you talked about season tickets, and the season tickets are for student tickets are on sale, and students are gobbling those up. You've been the season ticket push, and you're telling people to get their season tickets. NIL is a big part of this as well, and you have been really, really out, sounding the horn or blowing the horn to people about NIL support. What has the reception been? And is people want to know, is the need still there, Dusty, or has the need been filled already?
I mean, Sam, it's a day to day. It's just like your team. It's a work progress. I think the one unique thing is everyone agrees that we should have NIL, and these players deserve it, and they generate a lot of revenue and positive publicity for this university. Are we where we need to be? Absolutely not. That's why we're working so diligently to get there. We have came a long way since we got the job, but there's still mountains to climb, and we're optimistic that our play and performance on the court will be another positive, step in the right direction when it comes to people wanting to give and help us, form a championship program.
Absolutely. Well, Dusty, I know you're on your way to handle some business, man. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy morning to spend with us. And so I know you'll be handing the baton off to one of your assistants next week. So we'll talk to you again in about a month or so. Appreciate you, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Sam, thanks for all you do. We appreciate you, man.
All right. Thanks a lot. Michigan basketball coach